Hi, my name is Gabriel. Now we will dive into inside environment. Your inside environment can consist of your house, your work, or any other building you spend time in. In a recent report, the average Canadian was found to spend about 90% of their day indoors. This is due to obvious reasons, such as work and family commitments, but also as small as not having Wi-Fi outside. This is why a focus on your inside environments are important. However, today, we'll be focusing more on homes. According to the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion, to reach complete physical, mental, and social well-being, an individual must be able to change and cope with their environment. In addition, it also states that among other factors, shelter is a fundamental resource for health. Nurses should advocate for adequate living conditions in order for their patient to receive the best care before, during, and after care. Finally, any actions must account for different social, cultural, and economic systems. As mentioned earlier by my teammates, there are three important factors that can contribute to pollution inside and outside environments. These include water, chemicals, and air. As mentioned by Darcy, these can have a huge impact on the state of global warming. Additionally, global warming can have an impact on climate change, which in turn has an impact on our inside environment. Now you may be wondering, what does climate change have to do with the inside environment and myself as a nurse? Well, let me tell you. So here's an idea. As a result of severe weather such as rain, strong winds, and flooding, people will attempt to weatherize their homes. In other words, they will try to protect their homes from these types of weather by caulking and sealing leaks, which makes sense. However, by doing this, you will alter the airflow and concentration of pollutants in your home. Any pollutant in your home will become trapped with no way of exiting, and the concentration of pollutants, such as smoke, will continue to rise if the action continues. Oh, and all that moisture that is now trapped, it's now giving rise to mold and bacteria. Another problem is that as climate change begins to affect the world more and more, companies are trying to pump out technology for profit without a full safety and health assessment. On the other side of the spectrum, we have to consider the effects of having homes that do not have enough protection. Four main aspects to be considered when it comes to First Nations homes is that many of these homes are affected by poverty, overcrowdedness, lacking repairs, and lack of ventilation. In 2011, it was found that on the average, First Nations living on reserve had an income of just over half of those that were on non-First Nations. 49% of Inuit children and 26% of First Nation children were living in overcrowded homes compared to 3% of non-First Nation children. These homes are more prone to flooding, more likely to have lack of fresh running water, and 29% of First Nation homes needed major repairs. Studies showing that airborne nicotine was elevated in 95% of Inuit children and First Nations with infants versus 9% of non-First Nation children. All of this results in increased cases of bronchiolitis, TB, pneumonia, and sudden infant death syndrome in First Nation reserves.
Created using Powtoon.